Hey everybody, how's it going? As you can see, I don't have just one cat on the chair today, I have two. Mr. Clinton is to my left, and Blackberry the kitten is to my right. They're here to provide moral support, because today I have some very, very bad news for independent repair shops and right to repair in general. So I want to talk about the iPhone 13 and that they are disabling more features and functionality if you change the screen anywhere outside of Apple. Now, the iPhone 13 has a feature called FaceID. What this does is it allows you to unlock the phone by looking at it. The camera will look at your face, and it will determine that you are indeed you, and if it determines that you are you, it unlocks the device. On older iPhones, this feature would be disabled only if you mess up a little flex cable when transferring it from the old screen to the new screen. So there's a cable on there. It has the proximity sensor. This is what senses whether or not you have the phone to your face or not, so it knows to turn the screen off, and the ambient light sensor. This is going to be what helps the phone figure out how bright is it outside, so I know how bright to make the screen. If you broke that cable when you were transferring it from the old screen to the new screen, and you had to use a new cable, that would mess up Face ID. But if you were able to transfer that cable from the old screen to the new screen without damaging it, your customer would have Face ID when you were done with the repair. Now, you can change out that ambient light sensor and proximity cable with any cable you want, and it still works. However, if you change out the screen, that will cause it not to work. And this is a serious problem for anybody that's doing phone repair, because the screen breaks way more often than this cable breaks. That's the thing that's going to die on average when you drop your phone, not a cable. The screen is going to crack. So if you crack your screen and you go to another repair shop, even if they are using an OEM screen from another iPhone that you bought at the Apple store, Face ID is still not going to work. So Apple has created an environment whereby if you go to anybody besides the Apple store or an Apple authorized service provider to have this done, you will have decreased functionality in the device. Even if the independent repair shop does nothing wrong, even if they use an Apple OEM screen from a phone that they bought from the Apple store, it will still result in a decreased functionality to the customer. And what the customer is going to think is that the independent repair shop is shady. They're going to think they're using horrible parts. They're going to think that they screwed something up or broke something, or that they're lying to them, further driving a wedge between the consumer and independent repair shops, because most people are not going to believe that this is occurring simply because Apple are being cunts. They're going to believe that this has happened because we, the independent repair shop, are screwing with them. And I think this is why it's really important to have this education out there, so that when something like this happens, rather than someone saying that independent repair shop must be lying to me to save money, they're probably lying because they broke something. They think, oh, the manufacturer must be doing something to make sure that I go back to them. Screw the manufacturer. I think it's really important that the blame here be placed in the right place, not with the independent that's trying to do their job, but with the manufacturer. Now, this is something that we saw just months ago, or actually last year, with the iPhone 12 and the camera, and I talked about it in this video. Hugh Jeffries tried swapping the board between two phones, and the camera stopped working. So even if you bought this phone from an Apple store, and you took the camera out of it, and you put it into a different iPhone, even though it's an OEM camera, it wouldn't work. And as a result of public outrage, Apple decided to rescind that. And I do hope they do something similar when it comes to Face ID. Now, you know that we're probably going to hear the same excuses we hear every single time. Privacy, safety, security, batteries exploding, unauthorized, bad, blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah-de-blah. But, again, this is just one of those other cases where something that was possible with the prior generation is not possible with the new generation. And it just feels like a death by 1,000 cuts of constantly trying to make it more difficult to work on their products. Now, I know what many of you are going to say. You're just whining. Why don't you just become authorized by the IRP program? If you were simply authorized by or a member of the IRP program, then you would be able to work on this stuff. You would have access to everything that you need. You just don't want to because you're cheap, or you want to save money, or because you're an asshole. And okay, fine, point taken. I kind of am an asshole. As I've gone through in some older videos, and I highly suggest you check them out if you're curious, as a member of the IRP program when it first came out, I couldn't order parts and stock them. I needed to order them once the customer came into the store. So instant turnaround, no. I needed to get rid of everything in my store that I use to fix things. So for instance, if I have certain contraband in the store, if I have, CD3215 chips, ISL 9240, CD3217s, schematics, board use, if I'm doing board repair and that type of stuff in the store, they could inspect the store at any given time and say, you have this stuff here, you're not supposed to, you're out of the program. They They would ask for my customer addresses, phone numbers, home addresses, full names, and everything for every customer, which, I mean, call me crazy. I don't think that's Apple's business who came to me, when, why, and where they live. If they bought a product used on Craigslist, they have the right to bring it to me without me giving Apple their effing information. And above all, I can't actually get access to most of the things that I need to do my job. So this program would actually result in us not being able to do most of the repairs that we do, because a lot of the stuff that I have in the store is stuff that they don't want me to have. Like, I'm going against Apple to have access to schematics, to have access to board views, to have access to ISO 9240s and CD3217 chips, so that I can actually do board repairs, so that I can actually tell a customer when they come in and they say, my computer doesn't charge anymore, for me to be able to tell them, yes, I can fix that for you. Here's how much it'll be, and it'll be done in 2 days. I need to have items in my store that I would not be allowed to have under the IRP program. So the reason that I don't become authorized in order to get access to this is because it would literally stop me from being able to do my job. When you show up and you say, I need my data off of this machine that just randomly stopped working, and I need to be able to fix its charging issue, or I need to be able to fix the CPU being dead, or whatever it is, I can't do that if I become Apple authorized, or if I join the IRP program. I would not be allowed to. I would actually have to set up a separate business in order to do that, which most likely would not be accepted into the program for obvious reasons. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I just want to say thank you very much to iPhone Repair Guru here, or Phone Repair Guru here. I'll link his video down below for doing the test to figure out that this is the case with the new iPhone. And let me know how you feel about this. And again, I know another thing that people are going to say. They're going to say, well, just don't buy Apple. Just don't buy Apple, and simply put, the problem solved. And if there's anything that you've seen over the past 10, 20, 30 years, this is coming to cars, this is coming to medical equipment, this is coming to agricultural equipment, and this is coming to every other device. If you think that Apple is the only company that's going to do this, as a company worth over $2 trillion, that's one of the leaders in the industry, if you think they're the only one that's going to do this when every other company sees that they got away with it and they kept printing money, that's some naive thinking there, my friend. Samsung was doing something similar with screens. I covered that in a video last year. Every company winds up following the company that gets away with something that allows them to make more money, even if it's at the user's expense. So if users roll over for this, if they just buy the new one anyway and Apple makes more money, a message is being sent to every other manufacturer that I can do this too and I can get away with it, and you bet your ass they will. Does anybody here remember when Samsung made fun of Apple for removing the headphone jack or the micro SD card slot and made a commercial about it? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pepperidge Farm remembers. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now.